smokes. Hey Tina, how's it going? So that took a little bit because we had to find all of our chargers for everything. The light, the camera. I had to find the damn mount for my phone to go on there. Oh, it's just been a nightmare. And the truck is a mess. So that's why you won't see that. You see me here in the driver's seat. Yeah, the dogs are quiet because they are waiting for me to give them some food. But we just stopped for the night. We are in Iowa currently. We were actually in Iowa this morning, had to deliver to Chicago, and then we came back to Iowa. We were supposed to have a load here waiting for us, but I haven't been sent any information, and I need like the full destination and the trailer in order to pick up the paperwork for it. So we'll be stopped for tonight because I don't have that information until tomorrow. So I figured, I know I did change the time 2 or 3 times for this because I didn't actually know when I was going to be stopped for the night. So I just kind of guesstimated. But I figured I haven't done very many trucking videos exactly. Like, I know there's been a lot of the truck in the vlog, but I haven't really answered any questions about trucking. So the plan tonight is take about an hour or more if you guys need it, and just ask me anything and everything you want to know about the trucking industry. And I can tell you as much as I possibly can for what I've done. So, hey Grand Marais, nice to see you in here again. That's awesome. So yes, ask me anything and everything. Yes, the W on my seats. So the W stands for Western Star because this is the Western Star truck. We're back in it again. So we had to drop this truck off 3 weeks ago, I want to say 3 or 4, I can't remember. Because it was supposed to get a headlight fixed, the AC fixed, and the fuel gauge fixed. When I got back in it, they had just picked it up and resent it back to Western Star to get the fuel gauge fixed because they didn't fix that. While I was sitting at the shop, the AC went back out, so they didn't fix the AC, and I checked the headlight during a pre-trip and the headlight is not fixed. So I'm not sure what exactly they did for that 3 weeks, but they didn't do what they were supposed to do. So it's gonna have to go back in eventually, but thank goodness it's cold enough out where at nighttime I can sleep with the windows completely open and not have a heat exhaustion or anything like that. So the dogs have just started playing, so that might get super loud here in a second because Sienna is a very loud player. Yeah, so the headlight, the problem with that is there's a little LED strip that goes just around the headlight, and that on the passenger side is completely out. And in order to fix it, you actually have to replace the whole headlight like thing instead of just being a bulb or something like that. So that sucks. The AC is, shh, guys. The AC, they believe it's something electrical because this will be what, the second or third time it's been in just this year to get that fixed. But they've had a lot of issues with the electrical parts in it. But the fuel gauge is actually working really good so far, and I say that now. And something like tomorrow we'll be going and we'll just run out of fuel because it'll stop working. So knock on wood. Yep. Sienna. Shh. Alright, so toss me up a question. Am I an owner-operator? Nope, I am a company driver. So I work for a small family-owned company. They give me like the truck to customize. So I have LED lights that I took out of the purple truck and I put into this one. I just haven't put them up yet. But they let me customize these trucks that I drive. Whatever I want to do to them, I can do to them. I had, on the purple one, I had stickers on both sides that said YouTube, the little YouTube logo, and then My Life So Far. And so yeah, they let me customize it as much as I want. But the good thing about being a company instead of owner-op is that like service all this crap with the AC and fuel gauge and headlight, the company pays for that. I don't have to dish out any of the money for that. Sorry, I got a frog in my throat, something, I don't know. They pay for all of the inspections on it. They pay for all of the licensing on it, all of the insurance, all of the just like general maintenance and oil changes and everything like that. The company pays for it. That's one of the best things about being a company driver over at Owner Op. Because I have considered becoming an owner op. The biggest problem is the initial overhead. So right now trucks are ridiculously overpriced because of the shortage. Everybody knows about the shortage. So there's shortage of parts, there's a shortage of trucks, new and used. There's just a shortage everywhere. So for right now, I will not be doing owner op. I think that's maybe a few years down the line, if at all. So yeah, I've been a company driver for 3 years now. I missed some questions. Sorry guys, we're gonna have to pull that chat. Where'd it go? Live chat. Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, I answered that. Am I an owner operator? Sleeping in a rest area in South Carolina. Oh, you're sleeping in a rest area. Well, that's good. Rest areas usually are a lot quieter, a lot more peaceful, a lot less people bothering you. Not so many loud trucks, so that's kind of nice. And there was one more. Where'd my chat go? For you, the electrical stuff. Yeah, the electrical stuff, I'm sure, cost a lot of money to fix. So that's one of the things I'm really glad I'm not a owner-op right now to fix that stuff. Goodness. Girls. Shh. Thank you. Don't like being at Walmarts. Yeah, there's actually a Walmart across the street that I could have stayed at tonight. It's just, I don't know. Walmarts are, yeah, they're just weird to sleep at. My favorites to stay at are rest areas, and then it's truck stops. How much do I run the East Coast in New York City? So East Coast, normally I'm not on the East Coast unless I'm going home. New York City, I think I've only taken one load, and it was to the New Jersey area. It's one or two, couple loads to the New Jersey area. And I think I only actually went to the city when I worked for the flatbedding company that I started with. So I don't really run that direction very often. So my company is based in Iowa. So most of the loads that we take, the majority of them are for the Midwest. So it'd be like a lot of Chicago, Missouri, and Arkansas. And then we do quite a bit to Colorado. And then every once in a while, we'll get some loads to California, which I always love because the view out there is just amazing. The driving is the opposite of amazing because once you hit California, it's only 55 miles an hour for trucks. So that sucks. But yeah, every once in a while, we take loads down to Florida because we do have a lot of meat loads that go down to Florida. But I think we have some local drivers that pick up in Georgia. They have quite a few out of Georgia. I don't really go that direction that much. Maybe once, I want to say once a month or two, we'll go down there. Every once in a while, probably once every 2 to 3 months, we go to North Carolina or maybe Connecticut. Yeah, I started in flatbed, so I started with rail. I kind of loved doing flatbed. I just didn't like doing it with rail. So the worst part about flatbedding was tarping in the summertime. So I think I've mentioned this in a couple of the vlogs from that time period. There was one time I was in Kentucky and it was about 100 degrees out. Maybe it was a little less, like 97, but there was a storm rolling in. Well, it was before the storm, so it was super humid, super hot, and I was just exhausted. I think I had 3 Gatorades that I had downed, and then 2 or 3 bottles of water, and I was just, I was done. Like, I couldn't do it anymore. So I was up on top of the load, tarping, guys, shh, tarping a load of lumber. And I actually got a heat exhaustion so bad that I ended up out of my mouth, off the side of the trailer, and it was disgusting. And that was the moment I was like, maybe I should look for a different job. And then the winter time was the second worst, because that was when I think it was snowing up in Wisconsin, and it was snowing so heavy that I had the tarp that I had pulled off, and before I could roll that tarp up, there was about 3 to 6 inches of snow in that tarp that I had to fold up with the snow inside of it. Girls, hi, shh. But yeah, I loved flatbedding. Like, it was hard work, but it was nice work. Like, I felt exhausted at the end of the day, so I slept completely. But with the rail, they made you work, so as soon as your 10 hours was up, they wanted you back on the road. Oh, sorry, I missed that one. I hit my finger in there too. I'd be nervous wreck, worried about something falling off. Yeah, no, that was the first thing you learned in the training school. So as soon as you got your CDL, you went into the cargo securement training, which was a whole day just of them telling you exactly how to secure your loads. So there's an actual booklet. If you go to a rest area, truck stop. If you go to a truck stop and you look at some of the trucking books that they have in there, there should be one on cargo securement. It's pretty thick, like about that thick, but it's a really small, like square thing. And it's all about cargo securement. So they teach you about the weight distribution and what each strap and each chain is weighted for and what they'll hold down. And then they go through different types of loads and how many straps and how many chains you should be putting on each load. So it's really good training if you're going into flatbedding, to look at one of those cargo securement booklets and just read through it. Even if you don't understand everything, just look through it and see what exactly you have to do. So with rail flatbedding, because I live in New York, which is the only state out of the entire 50 states, so stupid, but after I got my CDL, I had to go back and take a test specifically for New York for coils. The only state out of the 50 that you have to have a special permit on your license to carry coils, which is metal coils. So they're these giant, huge, you've probably seen them, just giant balls, kind of like hay bales, the size of hay bales, of just metal coils. And you have to have specific training on how to secure them. And then there's 3 different ways you have them. So it's called suicide, homicide, and one other one. So it's, if the coil is all the way to the front, like kind of like a slinky, so you have 2 boards and then you throw the straps across it, and then so the hole would be towards the truck, and if it broke and it rolled off, it would be a homicide. How many hours do you have to drive before you get a rest break? So we have 11 hours to drive, and they just changed the law that any time within that 11 hours, you need to take a 30-minute break. You can drive, I believe it's 8 hours before you have to take that 30, but at 8 hours, you need to be on that 30-minute break. They also made it so that, so say you drive that 8 hours and you want to save those other 3 hours, you drive those 8 hours, you can either take a 2-hour break or a 3-hour break, and that will cut down your overall time. So I didn't explain that very well. Technically, you can drive for a full 11 hours, but after 8 hours, you have to have a 30-minute break. They changed it so after that 11 hours, you're supposed to have a 10-hour break after that 11 hours. And when they changed it a couple months ago, I believe, now if you want to take that 30-minute break, you can still take that 30 and then just later take a 10-hour break. Or you can take a 2-hour break and then only have an 8-hour break later to sleep. Or you can take a 3-hour break and then only sleep for 7 hours and keep going. And that is just, for some drivers, I guess they didn't like a whole 10-hour break. Some people only sleep like 6 hours and then they're ready to go. Nora. I know, Nora is definitely a sleep for 8 hours girl. So I don't like, that's called a split. And I don't like doing a split because I am one who, I insist on having 8 hours of sleep, because it's 8 hours of sleep and then an hour in the morning and an hour at night. So the hour in the morning is me go to the bathroom, dogs go to the bathroom, get something to eat. The hour at night is go to the bathroom, take the dogs out to go to the bathroom, get the dogs something to eat, and take a shower. So I 100% love having the 10-hour break instead of doing a split. Sorry if that was super confusing, but it's even confusing for us. Like, that's why we have electronic logs, the ELDs. Okay, next question. We're good. I talk a lot. I know. Does your company hold you financially responsible if you're misloaded or overweight and get fined? Quick answer is yes. However, usually if you, like, say you're at 30,000 pounds, my company specifically says go away, because like at the CAT scale, it's way better for them to pay the scale ticket, which is only $12.50 for the first weigh and like $3.50 for a reweigh. It's easier for them to pay that every time you're at 30,000 pounds than it is for you to go into a weigh station and have it overweight. So yeah, if you get the ticket because you went into the weigh station and you were overweight, it's on you. You pay it. But if you go to a CAT scale and get scaled before you even leave and go anywhere, the company will pay for the CAT scale ticket. Okay, anything else? Sorry, my dogs are crazy tonight. I haven't had a chance to run outside anywhere. Yep. And Nora tore up the trash again today, so that was... Ugh. And she tried to strangle herself yesterday, so yeah, we're just not having a great week at all. And now Sienna has the hiccups. And what's up, Sienna? You want to get up here? Come here. There she is. Hi, C. Hi, you want to tell people hi's? Okay, can you not? Can you not? Nora, no! Oh, Nora, come on now. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. I just knocked everything over. Bad plan, Sam. Bad plan. Where did that even go? Sienna, I need your booty to not be right there. Okay, there we go. Nope. Girls. Are we good?